tragic shooting last night at Borderline Bar and Grill takes 13 lives.
And find out how one state program is keeping students focused and full.
And later, learn about how Cal Poly students are applying statistics to real-life situations.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Welcome to Mustang News. I'm Jay Serrano.
And I'm Christian Lawwalker. Thank you for joining us. In some tragic news this morning, a mass shooting occurred last night at Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks, California, leaving 12 people dead before the gunman turned the gun on himself. Last night, hundreds of students were at the bar celebrating its weekly college night event. Footage here shows a typical night of line dancing at the country-themed club. One of the 12 victims was Sheriff Sergeant Ryan Heelis, who was one of the first responders to the scene and died while engaging in gunfire with the shooter. The fallen officer's body was brought to Ventura County Medical Examiner's office in a procession this morning, with thousands of community members lining the streets along the route, holding American flags. President Donald Trump has ordered flags to be flown across the nation at half-mast. Classes at California Lutheran University, located just a few miles from the bar, have been canceled for the day. Our hearts are with the victims' friends and families and the community in the wake of this tragedy.
A state program is giving students the help they need to pass their classes and pay for their groceries. Reporter Melissa Nemeth has the story.
There are about 22,000 students at Cal Poly, and 6,000 are estimated to be food insecure. These students are eligible for CalFresh, a program that will provide them with EBT cards to buy groceries. Students at Cal Poly who qualify for a card get around $150 a month for food, but stigma holds them back from signing up.
One of the things that we're going to be working on in this next 3 years, in addition to getting people signed up, is breaking down those barriers and making this kind of a front and center issue. It's such a fundamental thing, and our thinking is that no student should be without proper food and proper housing. Overcoming that social barrier, I think it's coming. I think it will just be a little bit slower than actually getting the programs out there and getting people on the programs.
Filling out the application is simple, but fulfilling the checklist of requirements for students is a little more challenging. In response to this, Cal Poly offers some options.
For those students who don't qualify, even though they have a need for CalFresh, they can utilize resources like the pantry where there are no questions asked. On this campus, we also have a meal voucher system, professional clothing closet for people who need help accessing clothes to go get an interview.
Students are not the only ones who benefit from free groceries. The local economy gets $1.70 for every CalFresh dollar spent.
In terms of how many people we can sign up through these next 3 years, even just at Cal Poly, the economic benefit to the region is in the millions of dollars. So that is a good economic benefit for the state of California, and it's also a good quality of life benefit. Win-win. This is why we're doing this.
Melissa Nemeth, Mustang News.
And every fall quarter, the statistics department at Cal Poly offers a different kind of class, one where the homework involves meeting the needs of a client. Mustang News reporter Ali Gutwein reveals the mystery behind Stat 421.
Statistics 421 is a unique class offered here at Cal Poly. The students who take it work with a client over the 10-week span of fall quarter. Professor Heather Smith leads nearly 20 students with majors ranging from child development to journalism through the ins and outs of survey development, implementation, and analysis. In Learn by Doing fashion, the students carry out a surveying process that's been described as the real deal, helping them gain experience outside of the classroom.
Probably the best thing I've gotten out of this class is working directly with a client, something that I haven't done before, and something that I'll have to do in 465. So I think it's pretty valuable to have to convey statistical concepts to non-statistical people. I think that it kind of gives you a real-world experience that is kind of in line with the Cal Poly Learn by Doing motto. So.
Ali Gutwein, Mustang News.
And now over to Dom for a quick update on this weekend's weather.
It may be November, but it's looking like this heat wave is here to stay. I have more about your weather after the break.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments. A cruise! Surprise! Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Dominique Morales here with your weather update. Today is Thursday, November 8th, and it's looking like we're going to have an unseasonably warm day again with a high of 79 and a low of 44. And we'll have mainly sunny skies, so you don't need to worry about any clouds. And we'll have winds coming at northeast from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Let's take a look at your North County weather. So over here we can see it's pretty warm over here in North County. We'll have a high of 76 in San Margarita with a lows of 38, and pretty similar going to Atascadero and Creston with a high of 75 and a low of 77. As you can see that even though it's pretty warm, it's going to dip down pretty low, so you might want to make sure to bundle up if you're going to plan to be outside for a pretty long time. Going down to South County, you can see similar temps. Vandenberg is the lowest with a high of 70 and a low of 45, going up to Santa Maria with a high of 78 and a low of 43, and then all the way to Arroyo Grande with a high of 76 and a low of 46. Going to your beaches, you can see it's pretty mild temps as well. Oceana with a high of 75 and a low of 45. Going to Pismo, pretty similar, and then going to Avila where it gets a little bit warmer with a high of 77 and a low of 47, and going to Morro Bay with a high of 76 and a low of 46, and Cayucos with a high of 77 and a low of 47. Taking a look at your 5-day weather forecast, you can see that overall, it's going to get pretty warm. Friday will be the warmest day with a high of 81 and a low of 42. Going into your weekend, it will cool down a little bit more with a high of 77 and a low of 42, and going to Sunday with a high of 73 and a low of 41. And Monday for Veterans Day, it will be nice and sunny with a high of 76. So this is a perfect time to go out and get some sun. Whether you're in town or going away for the weekend, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. That's all I have for you. Now to Lily with sports.
Thanks, Dom. I'm Lily Della with this week's sports action. The intramural season is winding down. Reporter Zach Donenfield has more.
As the quarter begins winding down, so does the intramural sports season. Heading into week 8 of fall quarter, students involved in intramural sports will begin competing in playoffs, a single elimination round of games. Intramurals are a fantastic way for students to stay in shape while having fun, and for Cal Poly senior Alex Samuels, facilitate the building of new friendships even during the twilight of his college career.
Good friends, always get to meet new people, get some exercise. God knows I never have time to run. And I love just scoring goals, obviously.
The Intramural League is open to all students who wish to participate, and ASI coordinates free agent teams for those who can't field an entire squad. Zach Donenfield, Mustang News.
And coming up this weekend, the football team returns home for their last 2 games of the regular season. On Saturday, the Mustangs will try and pick up their 4th win of the season against Idaho State at Spanos Stadium at 4 p.m. And the men and women's basketball teams are both on the road. The women's team will take on 8th-ranked Oregon State at Oregon State at 7 p.m. on Friday, and the men's team will take on defending the Pac-12 Conference champion University of Arizona in Arizona at 2 p.m. on Sunday.
After the break, learn more about a new invention handmade by Cal Poly students.
Hi, Meals on Wheels.
I'm Marco. I'm a college student and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels.
I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
In a senior capstone course, industrial technology and packaging students learn how to run a business from designing a product to selling it. Reporter Sabrina Pasqua finds out more about their latest Cal Poly invention.
15 industrial technology and packaging students are hoping to build a product like no other, the Quickstand. Quickstand Operations Manager and ITP Senior Evan Williams says that the Quickstand is designed to be used in any environment.
Sand, grass, dirt. We also have an adaptable base so that you can use it on concrete.
The adaptable base is what allows the table to also be used in sand or grass. This project is part of a course in which, in only 10 weeks, these students are expected to fund, design, sell, and manufacture over 150 Quickstand units. Assistant Operations Manager and ITP Senior Sam Korf says this is what sets Quickstand apart from similar products.
We want to make sure that it's really quality, which will definitely set us apart from a manufacturer that would potentially just mass produce a product while we are hand making 173 of these.
Marketing Director Taylor Conran says that this experience shows students what they can do in industrial technology and packaging.
Everything in a business is kind of intertwined, and I learned that I can pick one piece out of our project and make that my thing and make that what interests me. So that was like marketing and how to sell our unique product. And other people in this class are more interested in maybe the material sourcing or the product design or the package design. Everybody has something within the project that they are passionate about.
It's been a great experience for all of us students to get in here and like really learn how a business is run and really do it ourselves and create a product and actually sell that to people.
For more information on Quickstand, visit their website at thequickstand.com. Sabrina Pasqua, Mustang News.
And Sunday is Veterans Day, and it is not going unnoticed in the community. The SLO County Veterans Outreach Program is hosting a special business workshop for veterans this Saturday, November 10th. Local Army veteran Walter Hans explains to us why outreach programs are so important to veterans in the community.
Veterans programs and outreach services are incredibly important. Remember, the military doesn't come into play until all diplomacy has failed. They don't question why, they are just expected to do their jobs. And I believe it was President Lincoln that said that veterans and their families have borne the brunt of battle, and they deserve to be cared for.
The Veteran Outreach Program is collaborating with SCORE to host that workshop mentioned earlier. For veterans interested in starting their own businesses, the event takes place at 9 a.m. this Saturday.
Do you have any Veterans Day plans?
Probably not. It's still kind of midterm season, moving into finals, so probably just going to be focusing on that. Yeah, how about you?
Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning into Mustang News. I'm Christian Laubacher.
And I'm Jay Serrano. Thank you and have a great day.